Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about the Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to give a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. This address by Abraham Lincoln is renowned. It's a very famous address that people really refer to point to the values of America, why America exists, and the deep things that all Americans fight for. Equality, liberty, and just the pursuit to be happy. This address really reaffirms American values. And basically, what basically went on with the Gettysburg Address, you have the Battle of Gettysburg, and this is in Pennsylvania, and the fight goes on. After the fight, thousands of people died. A lot of people died, and basically, they create a soldiers' cemetery, and this is the dedication for the cemetery. There's one guy that goes on. He speaks for 2 hours, very long. And then Abraham Lincoln goes on, and he gives the Gettysburg Address. It's literally a few minutes, like 2 minutes. He speaks for, and he tells us, listen, you know, this field, we understand the fight that went on this field, what the men sacrificed, what they did on this field, what they fought for. They gave their lives for this. He talks about how we're supposed to look at this battle, what they were fighting for. They were fighting for liberty, equality, democracy. They were fighting for the voice of the people. And he talks about how this is kind of like a testament as to why America stands, and for American values. How America, or at its core, the government, the Constitution, everything that America stands for is created of the people, by the people, for the people. Of course, he starts the whole Gettysburg Address with 4 score and 7 years ago. That's the famous starting line, famous starting words of this address, and really it solidifies the sacrifice that the men, the sacrifice that they gave. They gave their lives for the country, for liberty, for equality. They gave their lives. He dedicates the field, and he says, like, this is something that we should never forget for what they did. And he says that the things that make America what it is, its values. May God bless it, and may that America never be wiped from the face of the earth. So he does three things, I would say. He dedicates the field, of course. He commends the men. He honors them. He commends them for their bravery, for the sacrifice of giving their lives for American values. He says that we shouldn't forget them, that we should honor them. He says that this battle, and this is during the Civil War, keep in mind that this battle, this war that's going on, it says a lot about what America is going to be in the future, what kind of government we want, what kind of country we want. To the fact that we want a country, a government that is of the people, by the people, for the people. And then after stating, thanking the men, honoring the men, saying what they fought for, saying what they lost their lives for, he also says, we need to remember them, we need to thank them for what they did, and also we need to make sure that we keep on their work, that we don't give up, that we keep moving forward in what they've done, so that America's not wiped from the face of the earth, so that our values can always be in America, that America, pursuing liberty, pursuing truth, pursuing equality, democracy, that doesn't fade away. It's a very short, very powerful, very it's a couple minutes. You can definitely remember the speech, the address, And the Nation and several people today still quote it, because a lot of times, sometimes you don't have to say a lot. You don't have to speak for 2 hours to say something very powerful. And Abraham Lincoln does this, and yeah, it just pretty much sums it up and really reaffirms American values. I mean, in terms of deeper meaning, in terms of analysis here, that's why this address is so well known. It's its brevity. We remember it because of its brevity, because how short it is, because of how powerful it is. From the first couple of words, 4 score and 7 years ago, he brings in the past. He thanks the soldiers. He thanks them for their sacrifice. He honors them. He says we shouldn't forget them. He says, they died for American values, for true values. He says that, we're in a war. We're fighting for a war. We're fighting for a government that's of the people, by the people, for the people. He says that our work is not over, and that we need to keep fighting, so that what they died here was not for nothing. He delivers this in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. He says this, he gets off, and that's it. I mean, very powerful address. It contains a lot of things just in a couple words, and it's just in a couple minutes. So that is the Gettysburg Address. That's what happened. That's what was going on in the country at the time. It was a civil war. People were dying. The country, America, was trying to figure out its identity, or reaffirm its identity, in truth and liberty and democracy, and freedom. Abraham Lincoln, just a great speaker, great president, just comes in, says it like it is. I mean, the truth, a lot of times the truth doesn't have to be long. The truth doesn't have to be 2 hours long. If you're going to speak the truth, if you're going to speak and not beat around the bush and just say things for what they are, you can say it very quickly in a couple of minutes. So that's the Gettysburg Address. That's all I have to say about it. Please remember to give a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.